This was truly a Taekook concert. Allegiant Stadium completely exploded tonight when BTS's Taehyung suddenly grabbed Jungkook's shirt in the middle of the fourth Las Vegas concert, pulled him into a tight hug while singing, and then boldly kissed him in front of tens of thousands of ARMYs without hesitation. Jungkook instantly froze, laughing shyly while covering his face as the deafening screams from fans shook the entire stadium. Even the other BTS members looked shocked and completely speechless over Taehyung's unbelievably bold actions. The moment instantly became the most viral chaos of the night, with countless ARMYs saying Taehyung truly showed the world just how deep his love for Jungkook looked on the Las Vegas stage tonight. Hello ARMY and everyone who just joined. Hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. Let's jump straight into today's video topic. Welcome back to K-pop chemistry. Las Vegas was absolutely not ready for what happened during BTS's fourth concert night, because Taehyung completely turned Allegiant Stadium into a sea of hysterical screams with one incredibly bold move toward Jungkook on stage. In the middle of a performance that had originally been going normally with high energy and the loud cheers of thousands of ARMYs, Taehyung suddenly walked quickly toward Jungkook from the side of the stage with a look that instantly made fans suspicious that something was about to happen. But no one expected that just seconds later, Taehyung would confidently grab Jungkook's shirt, causing Jungkook to look slightly shocked and completely lose focus while singing. The entire stadium instantly exploded with uncontrollable screaming when Taehyung, without any hesitation, wrapped Jungkook in a tight hug in front of tens of thousands of fans while continuing to sing with a bright smile and affectionate gaze that suddenly made the atmosphere feel incredibly romantic. Jungkook, who initially tried to stay professional, eventually could not hide his embarrassment anymore. He started laughing shyly while lowering his head and was even seen biting his lip and briefly covering his face as the screams from ARMY grew even louder throughout the stadium. Taehyung seemed to genuinely enjoy everyone's reaction because after hugging Jungkook, he stayed extremely close to him, while continuing to stare at Jungkook's face with a loving expression. The peak of the chaos happened when Taehyung slowly leaned closer toward Jungkook, before giving him a kiss that completely destroyed Allegiant Stadium with deafening, hysterical screams from fans. Many ARMYs said they could not even hear the music for several seconds because the audience was screaming too loudly after that moment happened. The stadium cameras were even shaking slightly as the camera operators panicked, trying to capture Taehyung and Jungkook, who had suddenly become the center of attention for the entire venue. The reactions from the BTS members also instantly went viral because several members looked completely shocked, while laughing in disbelief at Taehyung's boldness that night. One member immediately turned away while laughing loudly, while another pointed toward Taehyung and Jungkook with an expression that looked like they could not believe what they had just witnessed in front of thousands of people. ARMYs near the front of the venue were seen jumping up and down while covering their mouths because the concert atmosphere suddenly became emotional and filled with overwhelming chemistry. Many fans said Taehyung seemed determined to show the entire world how much he loved Jungkook because from the very beginning of the concert, he constantly stayed near Jungkook, repeatedly touched his shoulders, gently fixed Jungkook's microphone, and kept smiling every time Jungkook looked back at him. Not only that, during the encore, Taehyung looked even more unable to stay away from Jungkook. While the other members walked around the stage greeting fans, Taehyung repeatedly returned to Jungkook's side and walked beside him while joking around. In one moment that made ARMY scream once again, Taehyung briefly rested his head on Jungkook's shoulder before the two burst into laughter together. Jungkook, who is usually calm on stage, looked far more shy than usual that night because he kept losing focus every time Taehyung got too close to him. Fans who attended the concert immediately said their chemistry felt much stronger and different compared to the previous nights in Las Vegas. Social media completely exploded only minutes after the concert began because videos of Taehyung pulling Jungkook's shirt, hugging him, singing while staring directly at him, and the kiss itself instantly spread across multiple platforms, causing both Taehyung and Jungkook to trend simultaneously in many countries. Many ARMYs called the fourth Las Vegas concert night one of the wildest and most romantic moments in BTS concert history, because Taehyung looked completely fearless about showing his affection toward Jungkook in front of the world. International fans even said Taehyung's energy that night felt like someone who was deeply in love and genuinely happy being beside the person he cared about the most. Several ARMYs who attended Allegiant Stadium in person also admitted that the atmosphere felt extremely emotional, because every time Taehyung and Jungkook looked at each other, the entire audience immediately started screaming non-stop. Even after the concert ended, fans could still be heard talking about the moment while leaving the venue, because they felt what happened that night was simply too iconic to forget. Many also said Taehyung looked incredibly proud and comfortable showing his closeness with Jungkook throughout the concert, turning the final Las Vegas night into one of the most viral, chaotic, and talked about BTS concerts among ARMY worldwide this year. After Taehyung pulled Jungkook's shirt and hugged him in the middle of the song, Jungkook truly looked like he had completely lost focus on stage. Many ARMYs immediately noticed that Jungkook briefly missed part of the lyrics because he kept laughing shyly while trying to calm himself down after Taehyung stood too close in front of him. The giant stadium screens even captured Jungkook repeatedly lowering his head while smiling widely, as if he could not believe Taehyung's incredibly bold actions that night. As Taehyung continued singing while staring at him non-stop, Jungkook slowly stepped backward while covering part of his face with his hand, but Taehyung only moved closer again, causing the entire stadium to erupt into screaming once more. The atmosphere became even more chaotic when Jungkook was seen biting his lip, while laughing softly and trying to hide his embarrassment in front of tens of thousands of people. Many fans said Jungkook's face instantly turned red when Taehyung hugged and kissed him on stage. Even after the moment ended, Jungkook still looked distracted several times while singing because he kept glancing at Taehyung with a mix of embarrassment, nervousness, and happiness. In one of the moments that sent ARMY into complete hysteria, Jungkook briefly stopped singing for a few seconds just to stare at Taehyung with a shocked expression before laughing again, and turning around because he was too embarrassed by the crowd's uncontrollable reaction. Taehyung himself looked extremely satisfied, teasing Jungkook throughout the entire concert. Every time Jungkook tried to step away to calm himself down, Taehyung would move closer again with a playful smile, making Jungkook panic even more. Fan cameras even captured Jungkook lightly hitting Taehyung's arm several times while laughing shyly, as if asking Taehyung to stop making him even more nervous in front of ARMY. But instead, that only made Taehyung laugh harder before singing extremely close beside Jungkook again, making their chemistry that night feel unbelievably intense. ARMYs who attended Allegiant Stadium said they had never seen Jungkook that shy during a concert before, because he is usually very confident and calm on stage. But that night, Jungkook truly looked unable to hide his reactions toward Taehyung. Many fans also said Jungkook's eyes kept sparkling every time Taehyung smiled at him, making the concert atmosphere feel deeply emotional and romantic. Countless ARMYs admitted they screamed and even cried because the moment looked incredibly genuine and full of affection in front of thousands of people. That emotional moment ultimately became the most viral ending of BTS's fourth Las Vegas concert. Because even after the song ended, ARMY screams continued echoing throughout Allegiant Stadium. Taehyung and Jungkook were seen laughing together while walking side by side toward the edge of the stage, while the other BTS members continued teasing them because the entire night had transformed into pure chaos filled with overwhelming chemistry. Videos of Taehyung pulling Jungkook's shirt, hugging him, singing extremely close to him, and giving him a kiss have now spread all over social media, sending millions of fans around the world into hysteria within minutes. Many ARMYs said they would never forget Taehyung's gaze that night, because it looked so full of love and confidence while showing his affection toward Jungkook in front of tens of thousands of people. Meanwhile, Jungkook, who usually appears calm, suddenly became extremely shy, missed lyrics, laughed nervously, and repeatedly covered his face because he could not handle Taehyung's teasing throughout the concert. The moment also convinced many fans that Taehyung and Jungkook's chemistry in Las Vegas felt far more intense, emotional, and daring compared to previous concerts. Right now, the entire internet is still filled with debates and hysterical reactions from ARMY, after watching the moment from countless viral fan cam angles spreading everywhere online. Many fans even said they started trembling just from seeing Jungkook's expression when Taehyung leaned closer and kissed him on stage. If you had been inside Allegiant Stadium that night, do you think you could have stayed calm watching Taehyung pull Jungkook's shirt, hug him tightly, and then kiss him in front of tens of thousands of ARMYs? And in your opinion, does this become one of the wildest and most romantic Taekook moments in BTS's Las Vegas concert history? Leave your positive comments here. The best comment will be pinned as a way to honor their love. Thank you to everyone who continues to support this channel. May God reward all of your kindness. This video reflects my personal opinion and interpretation. It is made for entertainment purposes only and does not represent confirmed facts.